Hi Stampin' friends, tonight we're going to use the Bottled Happiness bundle. So what the bundle is all of these different sentiments and stamps. Has a little cork if you need one. And then this punch. So I have a lot of different things to show you. I'm going to start with my class card from Thursday night. It is a shaker card. And you can see I drew the some little stems in. There's not any in the top in the bouquet part, but I drew the stems in, and then I looked up at the light like this to layer my pieces on there so that I could put this stuff in there without spilling it out. There may be something better on the internet, but I have been so busy lately that I haven't even looked at what anyone else has done. So I just wanted to say that yes, I think that works really well to just punch it and then hold it up. So what I did was I punched it first, and then I used my Stamparatus to stamp a plain piece on the inside and stamp all of my floral on the punched piece. So it's been a lot of fun to use this. So what I actually have to show you tonight is making a message in a bottle card like they have on in the catalog. So there's something inside. So that's what our plan is for tonight. So first I want to show you how I think it is pretty easy to do this. So this is just kind of like my little prototype. So what I did, these are the new photo corners that come with one of the new sets that's in the new catalog. There's kind of a swirly look. I don't know if you can see that. And then there's just kind of like a plain photo corner. So my idea was that then you can open it up, because otherwise you've got this message in the bottle and you can't read it. So to me, it's more fun if you've got a message that you can read. So let's say I'm going to send a message and I'm going to write, "I love you," and my message. And then I'm going to roll it up, and I'm just going to use a pencil, which works, and roll it onto the pencil like that. And then what I have already done is made sure that this is the size. Let me tell you what it is. It is 2 by 1.5. And I thought it fit nicely in here. So it fits in there nicely. Now the only other thing I probably need to do with this is find a little bit of twine of some sort. Now it might be cute to use one of the new twines that we have with the little baker's twine, but also I think it could be good to use this, which is still current, that has all the different colors. So this is supposed to be a Sahara sand. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece of that and wrap it around here. So I'm just gonna kind of tighten it up, make it kind of look smooth. You could also, spend some time and kind of curl this around like it was difficult to get in the bottle, or, like it's kind of old. You could antique it. Lots of different choices there. And so you're just going to wrap this around, and you can wrap it twice if you want. And then that way you've got more, I guess you'd call it interest if it's wrapped twice. So I'm just knotting this because I'm assuming that you're not going to tie a bow like I did on this card with the twine. I tied a bow and stuck it on the neck of the bottle. Okay, so there's that. I just want to do one more so that it's in a knot. Okay, then I'm just going to put it in there like that and tuck that under. Obviously, these little guys are not going to be ones that are easy to mail. I would suggest if you do this, use a bubble mailer or a box or something like that. But I think that makes a fun little way to package what you want to say to someone. So then I also got this other punch. This is a new punch, and I did not pull my catalog over here. I apologize. But I just got it yesterday, and I think it is good to have because it will go with a lot of things. punch out a lot of good shapes. So I'm just going to go ahead and punch out my sending a little message. It's a little large, but I'm thinking, okay, what I'm going to go ahead and do is punch down close to the edge. I'm thinking I can double punch this. So you're going to be my guinea pigs, and we will see if that works. There's a guinea pig stamp in the new set too, in the new catalog too, so lots of fun stuff. Okay, let's see how this works. I want to get it down far enough that I don't take off any of my edges, so I probably should have grabbed a post-it note. Okay, so let's see here. I think I like this. I think it's somewhat straight. So this will just be play. I can do it better later. But there you can see that I can cut it down to a new shape. Oh, I did catch an edge there, sorry. But you can see that I've cut it down to a smaller size. And then I'll just put this right down here on the bottom. Well, actually down here. So that it doesn't interfere with the movement of my little guy here. So the reason I chose these colors was to kind of look like the ocean. And this is super quick. You don't need to, you can stamp. I could have put a piece of white paper inside and stamped. That would have been too cute. But the way this is, you don't have to stamp. So what I'm going to do real quick is show you what I would do if I wanted to stamp and put a piece on the inside. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of the measurements and things for this card. So of course the main card is just a regular sized card front. But the inside piece is, let's see here. I'm going to tell you I need to be able to reach my stuff, don't I? Okay, it's 5.5 across. So then it's scored at 2 3/4. And then of course my little piece here is 2.5, then by 3. So, I mean 3 1/4, because this is 3.5 tall. So if that makes sense. All right, so now I just need to grab a few things here and show you how I did it. I slid this in here and I put it all the way in, and then I looked at it from the top and made sure I could see where my edge is. So I wasn't able to just line it up along the right edge. I wanted it to be fairly centered. So what I did was I paid attention to where my score line is, and I used the score line and the edge of the paper and just kind of got it back from each edge about the same amount. And then, whoops, yeah, you got to hold it. I don't want to move it once I get it where I want it. Okay, and then I'm just going to punch like that. And then I'm going to take this piece. Now, if you punch this like this, this isn't going to work because you're going to have your bottle way down here. So what you want to do is go ahead and put a little bit of sticky. You can put a lot of sticky on the top. And then on the bottom, you don't want to put that much. You want to do just your corners because it's going to be, the way I've done it here, it's going to be a little bit too close to put it all the way across the bottom, if that makes sense. So it does matter which one is the top when you do it this way. And then, oh, I think I have it wonky, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and do that. And then you're just going to slide this back in here and look and see where you are. Make sure there's not very much of the blue showing. And then punch again. So then you've created a little card front. You want to be careful because I did that on the last one too. Just kind of get a little bit of a nick in my top layer there. Okay, so now that you've got that, you're ready to take one of your little bottle things, little bottle filler guys. I'm just gonna try to get that loose. Here we are. So there is adhesive on both the front and the back. So what I did on this one, I just left the adhesive. I just left it on there. So in theory, you could end up with kind of a problem if that comes off. So you might want to go in and put a piece of paper there that's been punched. Let's see if I can make that make sense. Put a punched piece of paper, like for example, a piece like this, to cover that up. Does that make any sense at all? I'm sorry. A small piece the same size. Found one. There we go. So you just have to kind of look at this when you're doing it and try to get it even. And then punch. And then you would just, yeah, this makes more sense. There we go. Then you'll just cover that up with your paper that you did here. So then you won't have to worry about that coming off. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm just taking this off the top, the adhesive, and the adhesive backing, and then I'm just gonna slide it in here, and then try not to push it down at all. Try to just kind of barely set it in there. Look and see if you like the way it looks, and then do this. Okay, so there I've got that, and it's in there. It's not super straight, so I apologize about that. Oh, and I have missed my whole thing. So sorry, guys. Okay, so then the next thing I'm gonna do is just work on a background. What I've done here is I have set up my stamp apparatus and traced around it so that I'll be able to get this done neatly. Then I'm going to just put this on top of it because it's the same size piece of paper, and put this down. And then what I've got to find it though. Let's get my looking glasses on. Here we are. I want to use this one where it is kind of like a tracing of it. Okay, so now I'm going to use my, well, wherever it is, here it is, Pool Party. I'm going to just do a little edge and stamp like that. And then I can just adhere that to the back here and kind of maybe line it up first. I might want to make it a little smaller, and then I will be able to kind of scooch this around and line it up with the inside. So that, yeah, I definitely want to make this a little smaller. But anyway, you can see I'll be able to put that in there and have this in there. Oh, I just keep moving it, but anyway. And then tuck that corner in to that photo corner, and then I've got that ready to go. Now, of course, I would want to, stamp some things, do some stuff. I'm just trying to show you the general idea. You could also make this longer, and you'd still be able to put your stuff up, put some stuff up here. But since it's the message in the bottle, that's why I went with this smaller size here. Okay. So yeah, for this one, I was just kind of thinking about the same thing, and I do like the blue because I like to have a blue kind of a background on things because I like blue. I have like 3 or 4 dark blue bottles, like kind of almost like Milk of Magnesia. I don't know if y'all remember what that was, but my grandparents used to have that. So anyway, there you can see how that would look if you use the blue, and then you would probably just want to put on some of the photo corners out of the blue or something like that. So you keep saying you don't need it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lisa. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think actually you do need it because I'm going to try to do a little bit of stamping now using some Mary Merlot. So that's kind of my next thing. I punched out these sending cheers or die cut out the sending cheers. I did that with just the little square. Now it is just a little bit too big, I guess, but I don't hate it putting it on one of these, putting it on the bottle itself, because it has a thing for you to stamp, and then, okay, the way I used it was in this as the liquid, but that also makes a nice label, as if it's a label on the bottle. And this fits perfectly on there. But I kind of liked how this looked because I thought that it looks a little more dimensional, and I thought that was cute. So let me do that real quick. So for this one, I just put that right here. Oh, I think I got the wrong size paper. Hold up. Okay, there we are. So I've got this paper here, and I'm going to use my magnet. And then instead of stamping with the Pool Party, I'm going to look around somewhere. Here we are. I'm going to use my garden green because a lot of wine bottles have green. So I'm just going to use a green bottle. You could certainly use Pool Party. I'm just trying to show something different. So then stamping that. All done with that. And then, like, I think the sending cheer would look super cute there. But I also I've got so many things on my Stamparatus here. I have this one on there, and we could, why did I move that? Sorry, guys. Oh, and then I've got it moved out of the way too. Not good. That's not gonna be straight now. But I put this on there with my same little lineup so that I could fill the bottle if I wanted to. But then also, the other one that I have somewhere here, there we are, is a little bit of wine. So my plan there is I'm gonna clean this off real quick with my chamois, because it's probably got a little bit of blue on it. That might make kind of a muddy color. Okay, then I'm gonna grab my Mary Merlot. And like I said, I don't think this is lined up anymore. I'm gonna stamp it with this. Ink it with this. Ink, ink, ink. And put that at the bottom. Yeah, it's not straight. There we go. Okay. So now I've got my liquid in the bottle. So at this point, I could finish it like I finished the other cards and make it say something up here, like this one. Okay, I cut it, but it was wonky. But let's get into the spirit, add some ribbons and things like that. But also, I think the sending cheer could look cute. I could trim this down to where it's closer to the right size. But what I really think this looks good with is if you were to take some vellum, like just a little scrap piece of vellum, and punch yourself a bottle. And then over here, you've been wondering why I've had this sitting here the whole time. I know. Now, you could use any color. You could use the Pool Party. That would be gorgeous. But I was wanting to use, again, the green, because I'm like a dog with a bone with the green. And just kind of add some little edging to this. Now, one thing about it, your fingertips do kind of mark the vellum, like where you've been holding it. So I'm just adding just a little bit here and there. And then I'm just going to turn it over and kind of rub it like that so that I can not have too much on there. So, oh, I did the back side. Sorry. Hold on. So silly. Let's put a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. So I think that also makes it look kind of cute to have a little vellum overlay with it. So to me, this is probably what I would use for this one. But if I continue doing this and add more and more color, oh, there I did it, what I was talking about with my fingers. I guess maybe I need to hold it with something else, don't I? Okay, there we are. Then let's do this and just kind of smear it on the other side. See how that turned out. Okay. So that is what I think would look really cute to put your sending cheer on because, okay, let me see if I can get it where you can see it, because it fits kind of nice on there, kind of like a big giant label, which, I'm thinking it would look really cute if you did gold or black or something like that. Okay, let me put it on white because I think it'll look better. On my hand doesn't quite even get the full effect of the subtle. There we go. So there you can see 2 different ways that you could use the vellum with this. And yes, too cute with let's get into the spirit and sending cheer and all that kind of stuff. You could even turn it into a Christmas card or a New Year's card, I think. Just my opinion. But anyway, so we did that. We did the blue version where we were kind of playing with this, trying to figure out what we might put in here. You could put the little effervescent elements in this as well. And then we did our sending a message one with our message inside that says, I love you. And then we, either with or without the white liner. It looks cute either way. And then we just tuck this under here and add our sentiment. So I think that makes a lot of different choices with this set. And then doing the big giant bouquet at the top is also really cute. And see, I didn't even use the one that kind of looks like fall, that has the, let me grab it real quick. The one that has this little kind of wheat stalk looking, that would look really nice. Also imagine like with this one, using the blue maybe, and then using this little stalk in it. That could be really pretty. Anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend, and I appreciate you watching. Bye-bye.